Well, hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Souls44, and we are playing All the Mods 10. Today, we're going to automate the precision mechanism from Create, and yeah, I'm going to jump into it. No playing around. So, look, I have three water wheels, one big section of four water wheels running with a really basic. It says stationary contraption, but it's not stationary. Okay, it's moving. It's a windmill. Yeah, it's a crappy windmill, but it's what it is. It works. It's powering these two bulk fans, these bulk encased fans, and it's powering this array of deployers. Hold on a second. I don't have an autocraft for iron nuggets. No, I don't. Oh, that's sad. Okay, so there's a reason for me making this. You guys will see here in just a second. I thought I had one. Like, who needs an autocraft for nuggets, iron nuggets, right? Well, all right. Well, I'll work on that one in a second. That's a glitch I messed up on. So look, these deployers, in order to make, hey, what? In order to make the precision, look how many of these things I have. Holy smoke. In order to make the precision mechanism, you first have to make yourself an iron plate. Okay, you have to be able to make iron plates. I have it auto crafted up in my or gold plate. Sorry, gold plate. At least in this pack, they want you to make gold plates. So I can make gold plates all I want. Up in my mechanism system. Jeez, what is wrong with me today? Up here in my industrial immersive engineering section, I have a plate maker right there. And basically it's just you put gold in here or any other of the items that I've got on the list and it'll throw it in here and make plates. Okay. And yeah, it's not super fast, but it works. There. Gold plates, immersive. Okay. Those plates are then put in the system, and these deployers need a gap in between them. If you can notice, there's one gap here. I don't know if you can have items in between them or not. Like, I don't know if I could place this here and will it still function? No. Okay, so don't. I just wanted to check. I have all these routers for a reason stacked up here. That's just to make this precision device, this precision mechanism. This is how many it took for me to do it. It doesn't take that much for Create to do it because with Create, you can just have it run in a circle or a loop and then have some filters on some brass funnels and different stuff. And I've done that before. It's tried and true and it works, but it takes up a big chunk of space. It could require you to create a whole bunch more rotational power. Me personally, I am lazy and I like being lazy and modded. And my laziness is it turned into madness. And since I did all the work and I messed up apparently, I wanted to show how I made these and how you can make them on Autocraft. So without further ado, here's what we're doing. Each one of these deployers has to have a cog, a large cog, and an iron nugget. The order in which they're placed, I don't my way it is not my way it's 100% necessary that they stay this way. They can't be rotated around. You can't just like send the set in a pattern, you just send the golden plate and that's it. And I'll show you what happens. So if you have enough rotational energy and everything is working, make sure they're facing down at the depots, or I don't know if you could put them on a different platform or something, but I use the depots because that's what they're for. You'll see that it changes into and then shuffles over. Now it's missing the fourth step. Okay, so I messed up somewhere in this list of stuff right here. So let me explain how this is working. All right. It's actually, I think it's pretty smart, but I don't know. you're gonna have to do a puller, right, for that block. You notice that when it turned the plate into the unfinished, incomplete mechanism here, that it pulled it and it sent it over here. So that's essentially what's going on, right? So I have this set to whitelist only this one, and I made sure that all of this was set up so that it was matching the NBT. It was double checking everything and making sure that only this cog gets pulled off. Now that worked, right? So it pulls it off, puts it in the buffer. Then the sender with the same exact matching NBT information. So I set it for all of that. And with routers, oh man, is this thing glitchy? Again, you have to have it set. Now, if you notice on the incomplete precision mechanism recipe sequence, there's 15 times this thing has to go to a depot. At the end of the 15th time, you're going to have a puller or a sender send it off back into your grid. That'll complete the process of making one of these mechanisms. So it took a lot of these programs, right? And obviously I messed up somewhere because it didn't go all the way through to completion, which is fine. I'll get to show you a little bit more of what it is I need to do to fix this, because there's also an issue I have with my distributor router that's sending all these pieces of parts. Now you notice the deployer stayed full of large cogwheels, but it didn't stay full of the small and iron nuggets. So I could set up individual ones to send to them. I set it up for with one to distribute all three, and I should have started off with an empty slate and it would have filled them up evenly. I didn't do that. Of course not. Okay, so you get the idea. I got to put a whitelist and make sure everything is set. The next one, pulling it, right? And then sending it. And you do that for every single step of the creation of the part, right? This is stuck on the same one. So it's stuck on the fourth one. So we got section 1, 2, 3. Something's wrong in this one right here. So let's take a look. This one is set for next deploy. So the sending part's fine. What about the pulling? Large cog. Oh, okay, no, I'm in the wrong one. This one. That's the issue. Okay, so this is set for sequence progress 3 out of 15. I wish I could just stay over that. So yeah, 3 out of 15 on this one. 3 out of 15 on this one. We don't want the 3 out of 15. We want the 4. And you have to really, really, really check to make sure that it matches. See, it's not changing. So undo it. Do it. There. And it's also set for the wrong location, isn't it? Huh. How did I do that? How did it do that? There's another issue with the routers. They can get really bad at remembering where stuff is located. Okay, this is going to be, this needs to be pulled from here. And this took me a while to set up, and it's still glitchy. I don't know why. Like right now, it's supposed to be letting me look inside of it. It wouldn't let me. All right, so that's pulling from here, and it matches the data. And then, yeah, and then this one is sending it here. And then this one is pulling it from there. And then this one is pulling it from, you get the idea. Oh, it got stuck. So what part is it stuck at now? Now, it's not, I'm going to tell you right now, I already ran this system, this once manually, one at a time to make these set up. So I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with the routers, but I am going to tell you there's something wrong with the routers. It's not, it might be a lag system issue, but when you go to put certain things on, like where's this pulling from? And what is it pulling? This is polling 5. What step are we on here? We're at 6, so we've already passed this router. When you program these routers, these pullers and these senders, sometimes they just don't take the information. That sucks. It's the facts, though. All right, so we're stuck with 5 not working. Why is 5 not working? Oh no, okay, that's the puller that pulls from that router there. Okay. This sender sends, and now it's working. This puller should be set for the 5 as well. That's what's going on. Oh, I skipped a step. That's on me. That's on me. So this one, it was sitting here. I don't want to mess with that one. Once I get done, I can throw this in the correct spot and it'll rotate through the sequence. And look, I'm programming a machine. That's pretty much what I'm doing here. All right, so it is supposed to be pulling. What I need is 6 to be pulled. There's 6. Pull from there. Thank you. And it should also say 6. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I think my whole thing is out of sequence now. I don't know how that happened, really. All right, but the puller worked fine, or the sender worked fine. Where are we at now? We're at 7. Look, you guys are going through the growing pains just like me. I had to do this manually, so I don't want to hear it. Yeah. Look, it's blank. You see what I mean? Like, it's blank. And that's just a thing. Hold on a second. I got a call. Sorry about that interruption. Let's see here. Where was I now? 7. So this one is set for nothing. It blank. And that's just jacked up. But what was this supposed to be at? This was supposed to be at deploy large cogwheel. Yeah, it definitely should never be blank, by the way. And that is not my fault. That one's not my fault. That part is, though. Hold on. Did I just mess up? I just messed up. I bet. What's this one now? Is that 8? It won't change on its own, and sometimes it won't even take the changes. I don't know why it does that, to be honest with you. I really think that it might have something to do with. Hopefully, I don't have any. Oh, there it goes. I don't know why it does that though. Like, there's some reason the router's cards, the filter that's in there. Sometimes you can see it on there. It'll look like it took it, but it won't. All right, I finished. I should have another precision mechanism. All right, now this one right here is it's sequence 5. It doesn't matter where it's at. I can just say, all right, look, it says deploy large cogwheel. This is the large cogwheel in the middle, and it should run through the whole cycle. As long as all the filters are properly set. Sometimes they're not. Okay, see, and this is the system, this the situation. Wow, really? Fine. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say pull from there. I want whitelist. I want you to check everything, and I want all. Everything should be on it, so that way it makes sure it 100% takes it. Now, see that it went in there? Watch this. Ta-da, it didn't take it. And that is a problem, like a big problem that I have. Now, okay, so I'm going to put that as a pull. Yeah, I'm skipping into it. Oh, no, 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 no. Dang it. I should have put it there. That's it. That means this thing didn't work. This, mm-hmm. Let it finish. I'll just let it finish. It should finish all the way through the cycle. We'll try again. And I need to do that anyhow. I need to find out where the glitches are. But you get the idea on that one. It should work. I already know that the sender works to send the gold plate to the correct place. What in the heck is that? Is that a fail? Did that fail? It failed. It went through that whole thing and it failed. Oh my word. Uh, it failed there. Let's go ahead and have this right here? No. Where do I have it pulling to? I'm losing track of all my stuff. I've been doing this too often. All right, so I'm having it. How about we just do a sender instead? Yeah, let's make that easier. We're gonna send to here. It'll just go into the input. So we'll have a puller just in case it fails. Not that puller. I want a blank puller. There, that's a blank puller. I might have just messed up, but I don't care. All right, so whitelist this. And again, it didn't take it. Take that stupid thing. All right. Pull from there. And so now if this goes on to here, it pulls it up into here. Now this sender is going to whitelist the alloy. Didn't take it again. So you have to double do it. That's not good, but that's seriously what I've been doing over and over again. All right, so then it pulls it off if it's a failure and sends it off there. So that's fine. We had a failure. Let's identify the steps it misses. That's 2. That's step 3. And that was fine before, but now it's not. There it is. I screwed up. Please tell me this is it. Okay, maybe it's this one. Pull from there. Pull from there. I'm just doubling up, okay? And now I'm going to pull this off. Whitelist. Checked everything. All. It didn't take it. And I saw it move my hand at the bottom, so I know that it took that one. Double check it. What happened there? Somehow I picked up the item. All right. Yeah. Yeah, this is painful. I know. Again, it stops. What is this one? 7 again. Done 7. What's this one? 7. All right, so there's the puller from 7. It was sitting here. All right, so this is correct. 7 should be up here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. This one, 5, but it brings it in here. 5, yep. 6. This should be 7, but it's actually 8. And then this one 9. I was just missing 7 altogether. That's actually fine. I can put that in up here if I want. As long as the next sender is in the system, it'll work. So there, it pulled it off. All right. Now it needs to go to what? Large cogwheel next. So this is large cog. Wait a minute. Okay, send here, check everything. Whoops, check it all, enabled all. That means it has to be exactly what this filter says, I guess. That's what it means. It took it, double check it, okay. And now we're going to put it back in here to double check that it's going to work. It sent it. And this one, like each one of these will take and do its thing. So as long as that's in the system. Was it successful? So far. Yes. That one was successful, and you notice that it sent it off. So now I should have a precision mechanism in the thing. All right. Thanks for stopping by. No, I'm just kidding. That's it. That's how I'm doing my deal. Yeah, there's a lot of easier ways of doing it with Create, where you have it cycle through with filters or whatnot. But this, I mean, look how compact that is. And I even took care of a failure. I didn't even know that could happen. I did know it could happen, but I didn't think it would happen, and it happened on camera, so that's good. Um, yeah, you can set these up with filters as well, so that they only receive the specific thing that they need. Let me show you that, because I got to correct that mistake as well. Might as well go ahead and show you me messing that up. Oh, oops, it's over here. I was using this. Oh, that's why. There we go. See how it's distributing it out? I wish there was some way of saying, hey, if there's nowhere for it to go, don't even load it into the system. But that's a failure on the ME communicating to the router. That's this right here. That's on me. It's not really a failure at all. It's just more of a communication. Like it can't. This thing doesn't know any better than what this is telling it, right? The export bus is saying, hey, pull from the system that you have and insert that into the router. The router then goes, all right, whatever I've got in here, I want it to distribute to these three locations. Now, the right thing to do would have been, and let me see if I can set this up. All right, this is set for round robin. It says do not use stocked items. I kind of wanted to use stock items, and I'm going to turn this off for a minute. Let me clear off everything and see if I can get it to work one at a time like it should. Okay, so now this doesn't have any cogs. It's just going to run. This doesn't have any large cogs. It's going to run, and this doesn't have any nuggets. Sorry, so it's going to just run. And so I want it to distribute round robin, one per, because that's what it's set for, and I want it to use stocked items or craft items while exporting. I did have it set for craft only, but now I'm going to switch it over to that to see if it helps. Okay, so now it's blank. Let's turn the router on. I thought it just screwed up. It is. I have it set for round robin. It messed up. That is it messing up. That is not right. That is wrong. That is wrong. That is wrong, 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 wrong. The first thing that it should do is the small cog. The second thing it should do is you get the idea, right? It should be one at a time, and it wasn't doing that. So that's an error. It's not my fault. I have a way of fixing that, though. I told you have filters. I just happen to have 3 filters ready. No, it's not intentional. I did it on accident. I just happen to have these filters ready. So I'm going to now strip the cogwheel, the small one, have an allow list. All right, I don't care about the data because it's fine, but now that's going to go here. So that way this can only receive, oh man, come on. It'll only receive these, right? And now this one is going to be large cog. I don't know if it took it, but we'll see. It looks like it did. Huh. It switched over to large cogs. That's fascinating. Like, I didn't want to have to do this, right? Like it's kind of ridiculous that I do, but that actually is not my fault though. If it did round robin like it was supposed to, it should have. See, I should be able to keep pulling items off of these now. The problem is this router will get full. You see how it's doubling up? Nugget, 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 nugget. That's wrong. That is wrong. That means that is not doing the round robin. Now that's the extended export bus, and that could be the issue. Um, I really wanted to do the round robin. That is the literal reason for me to do this. So now I got to pull these out because the nuggets are full. It's overdoing the nuggets. Like once this is full, it should work just fine. See, that was a nugget twice. Nugget twice. No, nugget twice. Yeah, it's failing. It is 100% that ME bus is not round robin capable. Makes me wonder. Can I rip this off with this? Heck yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that bus. I think the bus is bad. It's an extended. It's extended though. Like I don't want an extended bus. I want just a regular export. Whoops. Give me a regular export bus, please. Maybe the original one will work just fine. And it's probably just that. Scheduled as export. And I want to make sure it says one. One. Yeah, one. And then I want it to be able to craft these if they need it. And the nugget too, if it needs it, because it's possible. And I want you to do it fast. 64. Oh, it's so bad that it sent cogwheels and other stuff to it. uh, this day is just getting weirder and weirder. Let's grab that. And then let's grab. Wait, what? How does it have cogwheels in it? I have to break and replace this thing, I bet. Oh, it did it again. I really get frustrated with Create sometimes. There we go. All right, this filter, large cogwheels. Again, this one also is broken. It's got nuggets. How is this doing this? All right, so now you guys kind of get the idea why I get a little frustrated with some of the stuff that's going on here. Why would it do 64 at a time? I'm going to take all the speed upgrades out. Let's put all this stuff back. I don't need it to do this. I need room, though. No speed upgrades, no range upgrades, no data. And this will be the whole video, is just me trying to troubleshoot this crap. All right, I got it turned off. It says that this has 64 iron nuggets inside of it. Yeah, it did. It had 64 nuggets inside of it. This has 64 nuggets inside of it. That's fine. All right, the filters are in place before anything's turned on. Okay, let's try it again. It's going to start off with small, medium, and large. So it should work small, medium, then nuggets. Yeah, something like that. All right, I need to turn this off. This is really starting to get on my nerves. How do I stop this from running? Isn't there a redstone thing? Let's see. I don't know what this is for sure. I can't remember. I know I need to have a crafting card in it because it's going to have to. Redstone card must be the card I needed for the extended card. I thought maybe by putting in the regular card it would have functioned better, but it didn't want to. That's the only way I can explain that, is it just didn't want to work. Let's get the cogs out. I want this. No, I could do this another way and say, send out distributing wise these items. I could do that. But I don't know if that'll work. I mean, it could be for the craft, like, no, it won't work. It won't work because you have to have a lot of them, and if you fail, if it fails, it will screw it all up. So I have to do it this way. So we're gonna go real quick. There. In theory, dang it. Dang it. Small, large, small, nugget, small. Okay, it's working right, but there's one extra large cog gonna be on here. So yeah. Ay, ay, ay. Whatever. Once it's full, it should work just fine. I'll just fill it up the rest of the way manually, and then from then, once it's full, it'll work just fine. Let's just try it one time through, and then I'll end the video, because that's all this is for today. I'll tell you what I'm going to do next video, though, because I'm going to show you how to automate the weather machine. Yep, weather machine. Yep. It's dangerous, too, by the way. All right, well, let's just go ahead and tell it to make a precision. All right, here's my precision mechanism. Should work. Because this will just keep filling up while it's going. It'll get off anyway, I think. No, yeah, well, I guess if it fails, it definitely could get off. Because who knows when it's going to fail? That's my question, too. Like, can it fail in the middle of a process? Because if it can fail in the middle of a process, I'm just add more of the pull andesite alloys off these depots, and I'll just add those to the system. I'm getting lucky so far. It's working. And I stop saying that. It's not luck. That is just hard work. Honestly, it is kind of hard work. And oh yes, I fully will be making this bad boy right here. This right here is a rotation speed controller. It is the key to essentially turning this slow crap into worthwhile time speed. And I'm pretty sure I can attach it right here. And this will let me crank up the juice. Let's just set it for a 64. Not enough? Let's max it out. Look at that thing go. All right. So if you're wondering, well, what does that do? In theory, I should be able to do this and then use a gearbox and break my machine. See how this is spinning now? All right, let's now look for the precision and see how fast it goes this time. Now it's going to make a plate, so that'll take a second. Hey, hey. Oh, that is so glorious. I love it. I love it. And here's the thing is I can make these now whenever I need to. I can place them anywhere in a series, and I will be because I want to put down either the crafter in here. I think the crafter should fit right here. The auto crafter, the giant auto crafter should fit right there. And I need to make it so that I can get some crushing wheels going. I don't know if I want to place them over here or not. But hold on, let me check my time real quick because I think I got enough to finish up and show you. I can show you also another craft that I set up that's automatic now. So that's done. I can do that all day. And yeah, I'm actually really happy about that. I think that's great. Now let's put this crafting card inside the um the bus here because I want to make sure that I can stay full. Why is that not? Hmm. That's frustrating. It is filling back up now. I don't know. I guess it got doubled up. Maybe it got messed up. Don't matter. I mean, it matters. It matters. Like I can double check and make sure that it's working. But once it's full, I mean, it's not going to make too much difference. I could just use multiple distribution cards too if I needed to, I guess. I could use this and I could do multiple routers if I needed to because I could send this this could be a chest and then I could have a puller with three of these routers and all senders in it cuz yeah, it's messing up. Is it because it's full? Yeah, it's full. So I guess maybe that's not the best way to keep those filled, but whatever. I'm good for right now. I'll show you guys what I did for the automation of the I've been fixing any of my errors, my automation errors as I go, but I wanted to show you guys this. This is actually a dangerous place. Notice that there's a cobblestone floating in the air. That's what happens when you have these evil craft environmental things and they corrupt the world. They corrupt the biome. So like right now, if you got into it, it would say degraded. Look at this. Oh, that's actually really bad. I didn't know it did that. I didn't know it replaced blocks. That's kind of jacked up. Oh no, it is. Ah, I didn't know it did that. No, that's super bad. Look at that. It put a piece of cobble. It replaced the iron block I had with cobble. Well, shoot. Hopefully you don't have to deal with that as much. I should have put it somewhere else. I thought it would be cool to put it here because it's on top of the tower. So build it in a better area, I guess, and use a breaker from Dire, and you can just have it say, hey, if there's cobble around, just break it. I'm a little concerned it will do that to these, but these are entities. These are not. So block entities are different. And when mods don't like to mess around with block entities, which is smart because if they do, they could cause some serious crashing. But these things, if you notice, are green now. As I am over abusing Evil Craft right now. Like this is what I'm doing is I took a flinger module, okay, and I increased its up angle by 4, and then I speed it up a little bit. Now that's going to reach all the way over here. What it's going to do is it'll fling. Oh, it's out of bottles. I ran out of bottles. That means it's been running constantly, which is what I did. I set it up. This right here is a logic block reader, right? And it says, what the MBT data is up in here. That's where I got this variable card. And if you look, holy crap, the degradation is at 18. Let's turn this. All right, have it off. It's set up so that whenever it rains, okay, so this is what this is doing. This says weather, rain, true. Right now it's at false because it's not raining. But the moment it starts to rain, this world reader right here, it says this will switch to true. And then this, if it has any bottles in it, will throw the bottles, starting with this one. It'll catch the bottle and it'll fill up. But then it'll shoot another bottle because it'll still be raining into here because it takes a second for it to recognize it, that it's not raining. And this takes a while for it to stop the bottles, fill the bottles up with weather. And so basically I get 4 bottles a shot. I can go around the world and collect more of these and just keep on making this, but this is the damage it's doing is kind of bad. And if you're up here when these aren't green and they're black and they're filling back up again or they're charging, you will take severe nausea damage, etc., whatever, right? And so I have a system set up where it's supposed to be filling this all the time with bottles. I have a feeling I turned that off and I forgot about it. Yeah, I did. I turned it off. So I have 40 of these weather containers now, which if you go from rain-filled weather containers, you can go all the way to the thunderstruck ones, no problem. The sunshine ones need converted, but you can do those too. So let me show you weather. Was it bottle or container? I think it's container. Yeah, weather container. So if you just go to craft weather container, it's empty. You'll see that this one's the rain one, so this one's got no problem. I go straight from that to thunderstruck. That's easy. But then you got your weather container sunshine, which is the green lines when they're going up, the green beacon. You have to give that 2 buckets of water, and that will become a rain one, which then can be converted into the thunder. These regular water bottles, though, you have to remember too, is it takes up dark gems, and unless you have an infinite number of dark gems, you can't create an infinite number of bottles. And I am out of dark gems. That's fine. I can go get more. I actually have blocks of dark gems, I think, and I can actually duplicate those. I turned that duplication system off also, so let me show you that as well. I turned it off because I don't need 5 billion of anything like that's being duplicated. I have thousands now. That's enough. Okay, that's enough for me. But I'm thinking I'm going to turn this. Oh, wow. Did I have? Hey, was there a special name for this block or is I just don't have any? Oh, wow. That's the only one. I had 1 block of dark gem. I guess I planned on duplicating it anyway. So at Evilcraft, which is something I will be getting into very, 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 very soon. I have to get into Evilcraft, and then I have to get into that weird enchanter with Infestus and all that stuff. I'm not looking forward to it. Biome extraction. I don't really know for sure how that works. It says it transforms the target area to the contained biome crafted in the environmental accumulator at desired biome. Like this is degraded, but this one is Badlands, and I'm wondering if I just like throw it. It does work. Notice they all changed colors. I don't like that though. It still stays degraded. I was hoping it would switch back. So did I just? Yeah, I just changed my biome to Badlands. All right. So that being said, if you want to, you could take the Evilcraft environmental accumulator, right? And you could change your biomes to whatever you need to in order for your, let's say you have a miner from immersive or industrial foregoing, and it only works in certain biomes. If you took one of these accumulators, took it over to the biome that you want, wait for it to charge, and then throw the what is this called? Biome extract bottle, which I'm not going to do because I only have 9 of these and I need to duplicate it. You could change your biome to whatever biome you want and wherever you want, so that way you could actually have it function, I guess, technically in any biome. You can take nether biomes and bring them into the world. Uh, it's not really going to bring the biome, don't get me wrong. It's not going to change things in the netherrack or anything, but it's going to trick the mod into thinking you're inside the biome and you can just have your industrial foregoing miners in any dimension you want, technically. I guess. I'm guessing. I'm kind of glad that this thing stopped working because I don't want to find out how bad it can get. I might have to move that whole system, but that's it in a nutshell, guys. That's how I did it. Now this is a vacuum bottle thing, so it just vacuums up the bottles. When the bottles are thrown for the weather collection, they get stuck in the beam and they can't get collected. But then I also want to make sure that, hey, don't. Yeah, it doesn't understand the difference between this collection or the Thunderstruck one or the Rain one, so it doesn't really know. It just knows that the empty ones are no good. So it does recognize any one of these. And the ME system has a huge issue with these bottles also. And I don't know if that's going to be addressed or not. I don't know how that works. But it doesn't know, it has a hard time with these things. Like, unless you have all the bottles available, it just has a hard time crafting them. What is this? Oh, this is the empty bottle of extraction. Well, I don't want to extract the biome from here. So, yeah, let's not do that. I actually had an empty one. But I've got some stuff I want to get rid of too. I want to get rid of the brooms. But I have some blood I scraped off the ground using a blood extractor, so we're going to definitely get into that next episode. I just wanted to let you guys see how I'm getting these bottles. I can go get a ton more of these, but I have a feeling I'm going to have to move these somewhere safe. And then I'll just have the a breaker with a huge block at radius around it. And I think I also you need to be very chunk oriented when it comes to this. Let's see here. I can't zoom in. I can't tell for sure if I'm inside one chunk or not. I think I am. Yeah, I'm in this chunk right here. So I'm hoping that it only affects this chunk. Kind of sucks that it destroyed some of my house, and it's my little mage tower I'm still working on. But it's actually not a big deal because I am still working on it. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for stopping by, guys. I know it's a quick video. Hope you have a good time. Or at least I hope I helped you out with something. Maybe if you need any explanations or you want me to go over something slower or faster or whatever, let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, follow, all that stuff. I broke 101 followers, subscribers. That's pretty cool. Um, thanks for following me, you guys. I appreciate it a lot. It gives me a little bit of inspiration to keep going because I'm telling you, I'm dragging along now. I'm wanting to take a break and just start um decorating down here and back there and fixing up the stuff. And I don't know, I'm not good with the editing and the time lapse stuff. What? Well, that switched to dark quick, didn't it? So I'm not going to do those videos. I don't do those. A couple of people out there, I've seen your stuff, and holy smoke, are you good? Like, wow. I could only dream of being that kind of artsy with Minecraft blocks. I mean, honest to gosh, I guess I studied it and I just took some time. I love how the moon and the sun are like in lockstep. That's kind of cool. Did I just see a phantom just hanging out? Yeah. What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? Anyway, talk to you later. Bye.